Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to The Power of One. Today we're watching The Rings of Power Episode 2, Adrift. Thank you one and all for coming by and joining us today. If you've liked some of my previous videos, drop a like, drop a subscribe. We'd love to have you keep coming around. We're trying to push up over 1,000 again, so any help is appreciated, but you know what? We are simply here to entertain, to share our opinions, and try and bring as many good people together as possible. So won't you join us, please? Folks, if the first episode is any indication of this show, I'm very much going to like this series. It was obviously big budget because all of the design, just the set designs, the special effects, everything was amazing. I loved it. And I hope they keep up this quality. I think Amazon was just pouring money into this because A, they wanted a new tentpole show to keep things going and to get the big hype, and something to compete against House of the Dragon, which they knew was going to be pretty good. The Game of Thrones prequel show over on HBO. They also knew that if they didn't pour a lot of money into it and make it quality, they were going to have a riot from Tolkien fans. Because, yeah, like, Star Wars fans are one thing, DC fans are one thing, Marvel fans are one thing. Tolkien fans are pretty low-key until you mess with their stuff. Then they all become wraith kings and come down on you with an unholy damage. They would have torn Amazon apart. So I'm really glad they decided to make a go of it, even if it ended up losing them money in the long run. Like, the viewership on it had to have been astounding. It was huge. Still is, in fact. I as I boot this up to watch it, it's still in their number one slots. It might have got bumped down to number 2 because they had a new one come out, Peripheral. Stay tuned. But yeah, no, I'm very much liking the show. I'm very curious to see where it's going. Thus far, Galadriel's just stealing the show. I like some of the other characters, but my god, does she own this thing. She's adrift, episode name, out in the water after jumping off the boat from going to Valinor, which a lot of subtleties in that whole scene made it think that it's not what it seems. Like, it's a trap. So we'll see. I'm curious who person who streaked from the sky and landed in a fireball is. What the hell? And we have that town that's now burning because somebody decided to find Sauron's sword or some shit. So yeah, I can't wait for more details. As I mentioned in previous videos, I enjoy consistency. I enjoy good storytelling. So if they can continue with good consistency, good character consistency, and a good story, I'm here for it. Even if it may not line up with the Silmarillion or any of the lore, the extended lore that was in the Lord of the Rings universe. I am not that adamant a fan of Lord of the Rings. I have not gone into all that. As I've stated, I've read The Hobbit, I've read the trilogy, I've read part of the Silmarillion, but Silmarillion is very difficult to digest if you've never read it. It was written in the style of oral tradition stories. So the best way to read it is to have a voice in your head reading it or read it out loud, but it can still be difficult to process if that's not what you're used to. And there, like all of Tolkien stuff, was a massive amount of information in it. So it can be a big read. Which is why I only got partway through it. But, folks, why don't we see the story that Amazon is trying to tell us? Let's get into the episode.
All eternity.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Without it, what am I to be?
And that is one question I had. Like those assistants, the folks in the boat that took off their armor and stuff, like were they servants that got granted the ability to go to Valinor? I don't. That's the part of it I don't understand because the boat went through. Are they coming back? Wow, this is actually a really creative opening. Shifting sand art? Hell yeah. Good choice, whoever made that call. I hope you win an award. Yeah, that opening wasn't in the first episode. Whew, I approve. Like that shit. I enjoy creative openings. Like one of the best ones to date, as far as I'm concerned, is Daredevil from Netflix. Game of Thrones was good. The end of that show was garbage, but you know what? The rest of it was awesome. Yes, you're left in the middle of the ocean. Adrift, one might say. She better get a gold medal when she gets back, because that's a hell of a marathon swim.
Poppy! Have the wheels come off your cart. Get away from there. You shouldn't sneak up on folk like that. You shouldn't be...
Folks shouldn't fall out of the sky and be in fiery pits either.
It's not hot. Fine, it's not hot.
Oh, what could go wrong with that? Fire that doesn't burn. What in the Sam freaky frack just happened? I mean, they had that connection moment thing, but what?
You're not telling her. Neither am I. The quick sticks. We can't leave him like this or the wolves will get him. So that's not who we are. That's not who you are. I can't...
She's like, I am Audi 5000. You're saying, is he going to see them? Oh, they're grabbing clothes for him.
This is ludicrous. He's never going to fit in that old cart. It's just for one night. In the morning, we'll pack him up some food and send him on his way. What way?
Going uphill, that's rough.
This isn't some adventure, Nori. What's that supposed to mean? I didn't go looking for this. But you're not turning away. Because I can't.
Yeah, you did. You did. You went to where it landed.
So it's not just them. Anybody finds out that we helped a stranger, and anything bad that happens the next 3 seasons will be our fault. If fog lasts a little too...
Yeah, why not? Let's get a little humor like that in this show. I love that they got like the camo netting on this little hutch, and his feet are just sticking out of the thing. That's awesome.
He could have landed anywhere, and he landed here. I know it sounds strange, but somehow...
Wait a second. Is it possible that this is Gandalf? That's why he has such a soft spot for the hobbits?
Fine, I won't tell anyone. Thank you. What is a giant...
The actress that plays Nori is very good. I am liking her. She can go from just that innocent, mischievous, childlike quality to deep emotion, and I dig that. Oh, yeah, this looks less than awesome.
No bodies. No wounded.
Perhaps they're all fled.
How likely do you think that is?
this was Kieran's home. And
It is possible that the sword summoned a troop of orcs.
This was no ground shake. Someone dug this passage.
something. Men did not do this.
Go.
Yeah, orcs or trolls or something that the sword summoned, essentially. So she's gonna come running up to the elven keep fortress thing, being like, "Okay, don't yell at him, but guess what we found?"
Flame as hot as a dragon's tongue and as pure as starlight. The things we could use it to create could transform Middle-earth.
What seems to be the difficulty?
Logistics? Wait, what? Why?
That would require
A workforce greater than any ever assembled, yes. The High King cannot provide one, so he has sent me you instead.
What?
Have you considered seeking partners outside the confines of our own race?
How far outside?
The dwarfs! The dwarfs! The dwarfs!
I had no idea you admired them so.
I admire all who can see into the mystery of things, who can divine from the plainness of what is, the beauty of what could be.
Yeah, I mean, artists respect artists because they all share a special sight.
Welcome us with open arms. Ram's horns blaring. Tables filled with salted pork and enough malt beer to fill the andouille.
What you want?
It is Elrond of Lindon, accompanied by Celebrimbor, Lord of Eregion. We seek an audience with Prince Durin.
No.
What?
Lord Durin that his friend, Elrond,
His judgment has already been rendered, elf. Ram's horns?
Right? What has changed?
I invoke the right of Sigyn Tarag.
What is the right?
Okay.
Lord Celebrimbor, trust me. You are master of your craft, my friend. Allow me a few days to work mine.
That's fair. And that's why he was sent to you. I mean, let the man do his stuff. Nice. Ooh. Again, the design of these places, they went to town. This is amazing. The logistics of the light mirrors, and that's astounding. I love it. Love it. But why are they suddenly aggressive towards the elves? There's the horns. Okay, so invoking the right of whatever sounded like some kind of challenge. Is it a drinking game?
We shall grant a single boon, but should he lose... Banished. Yes. Understood.
He's like, let's get on with it, yo.
Here we go, elf.
That's kind of cool, actually, because they're either going to get like bigger and bigger or made of more and more dense stuff. Like they're going to bring ore out and stuff like that. I like that. That's very dwarf. Oh, your fireman escaped. Wow.
You don't remember, do you? Suppose you did fall quite a long way. Anybody's head would be a bit higgledy-piggledy. I fell out of the tree.
Higgledy-piggledy. I love it. It's a cute scene of wow. I was just saying it's a cute scene of communication and whatnot, but Homeboy's just chomping right through everything.
Anyway, Malva, why don't you help?
I am helping by asking him to help.
That's not how anything works. That's not how anything works. Can't make out what he's saying. It sounded like Mana-uri.
Nori, I'm fine. I slipped on wet grass is all. It's just a twist. There's nothing to work.
No.
I should have been here. You're here now, all right? Now go on. Fetch me some cold water and some salt.
That's not good given their potential medicine.
You saw him. Wouldn't put the weight of a leaf on that leg, much less pull a cart.
Mind your own fire, Malva.
Makes me wonder if they have rules about leaving folks behind that can't migrate. To a truly nomadic society, it's possible. I mean, folks like the gypsies that are very tight-knit, they would find a way to, somebody pull them in a cart or something like that. But, yeah, there were certain societies that can't keep up. You get left behind.
Don't let her on.
And with her hair thrown back like that, it would have been obvious that she's an elf.
Answers first.
And where is she hiding the knife?
Sailing from
Need we tell her all our affairs?
Why not? Does she look dangerous to you?
Looks can be deceiving.
What is it about that guy? Like, everything he has said so far makes my hackles just raise.
Wait! Until we can see the sails. Corsairs prowl these waters. Do you want to be skinned alive?
Just the way that dude... What is that thing? So Homeboy obviously knows something about the worm, because he said be still. And he knew if there was no movement that... Oh wow, he totally just abandoned those people to die. Yeah, there's totally something about that dude. He's like a noble that was on the ship or something. But given that the first thing he says was about fate, that's not the first thing that comes out of peasant people's faces. I'm sorry, man.
What are you called?
For now, elf.
What's our heading?
God, this is very, very dwarf. I love it. Wait, did his hammer break? Oh, okay. Calculated play. He's hoping the king will have, or the prince will have forgiveness on him and won't banish him.
To escort me to the exit.
Gladly.
Gives them time to talk and so he can find out what the hell's going on.
But I've lived an entire life in that time. A life you missed.
That can be very difficult. Like, I like that they're addressing that. And not in just the human elf romance way that normally happens. But even friendships.
One apology to Disa and you're off. No getting better acquainted. No reminiscing about...
He keeps finding the right ways to let Durin save face and allowing him back in. And
an oversight for which I am here to humbly ask forgiveness.
You're staying for dinner.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
yeah.
To stay out of my head.
I told you we wanted you to stay in bed. Come on, dare that gangway.
Oh.
Come on. Hurry up.
That's awesome.
Make yourself comfortable, please.
But not too comfortable.
Gamley, please.
That's dwarf squinty eye was funny as hell.
Or air and water. Sing to it properly. Each of those parts will reflect your song back to you, telling you its story, showing you what might be hidden,
Oh, that's awesome. They were sounding.
where to leave the mountain untouched.
It is a beautiful tradition.
Yes. And that's how they do it.
King.
Took weeks before he worked up the courage to court me proper.
2 weeks at most.
It was 5.
You're lying. She's lying. She may...
Marriage goals.
A very happy match, indeed.
Should have been at the wedding.
Enough.
Did you send him an invite?
For your hospitality. Durin.
That look. Oh, that look.
No, and I'm still angry. Tell me about your king's proposal so I can decide whether to present it to my father or toss it in the nearest slag pit.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Your home. Where was it?
What's it matter?
It really matters. Really matters.
I know something of the pain you carry.
I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I like the little eye twitch she has going on, like, God damn it.
Even to speak the names of those they've taken from me. So letting it lie is not an option.
Not to mention, she's not trying to fix your pain. She's trying to stop the pain from others.
I've got my own plans, Elf.
This is gonna end well.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, there's more to that dude than meets the eye, because I don't know. He holds himself too well. God, there's just something about it. And if it's intentional, more power to him, because like as soon as he spoke, my hackles went up. That ain't mice, homie. Thank you, no. Thank you, no. Halloween's done. No, let's stop with this stuff. No. Oh, and now we got Elf Vietnam down here crawling through the tunnels. Kind of tooth and or claw is that? Yeah, whoa, oh. That's never awesome. Either when it gets thin like that, or the rat's running from something. Man, that very easily makes one claustrophobic. I mean, you gotta respect that. Man finds the best purchase that he can, and he's like, I will fight you. So that was like roots and hands and stuff. Was that a treant? Like, are they at war with whatever's doing this?
What's wrong? What happened?
Get help. Go.
Theo's like, I ain't moving. No way. Oh, she didn't want to leave him. Wow. Are these all practical effects? Because if so, bravo. Like, shows don't do that near as much as they should, honestly. I was to say, why it should go to her because her scent is the most recent and strongest. Because it was sniffing around. Oh, wow. Okay, so the kid just up and shanked him with the Sauron blade, it looks like. But he got cut by this thing. Oh, no. It's like some pinking shears. Because, no, yeah, this is a different kid from the Sauron blade, isn't it? Well played, kid. Well played. Oh, man. How's there for your fucking proof and pudding?
We make for the Elven Tower at first light.
Yes.
It's coming apart!
The wind is too strong.
Grab the rope!
Well, first of all, your makeshift sail, why did you leave it open? Like, in a windstorm, that is not what you do. You should have untied that, wrapped it around the pole, and... He's whispering to... Maybe it is Gandalf!
What's he saying to them? I don't speak Firefly.
I mean, that's legit. I do, though. Brown coat, shiny!
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually one or the other must surely break.
Though together they can build beautiful things. Oh, did they discover one of the Silmarils? Oh, no, I was right. That was the kid. Okay, that was the same kid that had the Sauron blade. Should have shanked him with that. Thank you, no. Why did you not drop it instantly? Why would the kid not be weirded out enough about that to go, no? Okay, so at least they were found. Okay, so I like that they're trying to keep the Skyfall guy a mystery. Like, he'll do beautiful and, you know, in the case of the Fireflies, speaking to the Fireflies, familiar things, but then all the Fireflies die. I could be right. It might be Gandalf. If it was when he first came down, because again, I'm not sure. Again, having only read part of the Silmaril, I'm not sure when he came down to Earth, but or Middle Earth, I should say. But this might be it. This may have been when it happened, but he was so discombobulated that every time he does something like magic, he saps the life from something else. It's possible. I dig the orc story going on with the woman and the elf. It shows that subtle problem that the darkness is still out there, and that kid is obviously broken because who wouldn't see their own blood being drawn against gravity towards a sword they're holding and not instantly go, huh? Like, why? Why? But no, this kid's like, hey, that's kind of cool. Oh, look, my sword hilt's turned into a sparkler. What? Why does this kid think that's normal? It is possible that the blade's already corrupting him and kind of tamping down those feelings, but still, still. The whole dwarf storyline, I really like that glimpse into dwarven society, the interaction between Elrond and the dwarven prince. At the end there with the shiny box, it may have been that they found one of the Silmarils. So, the ancient light. We shall see where that goes. Obviously, they're nervous about the elf finding out because the elves will come and try and take it. But all in all, still very quality in this show. I am thankful for that. I do hope it doesn't taper off or anything like that. You know, front load the first couple to keep people hooked and then, you know, save on budget halfway through. I hope not. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that, you know, sometimes episodes will take, or series will take like a whole episode and do like a lot of dialogue, you know, a lot of exposition kind of episode to save on budget, because if people are talking, we don't need to spend money on effects. But the beauty of that is the fact that if done correctly, it can very much further and change the story in ways that the viewer doesn't expect and are very beneficial to the outcome of the show. So either way, I just hope the story quality keeps up, because all in all, that's what I find important. There's some old movies that I absolutely love for the story, but man, you look at those effects and you're like, wow, we've come so far. So it's a balancing act, but one that thus far this show has been doing rather well on. So I appreciate you joining me for this trip, and I hope you shall continue to do so. We're going to go right through the end of the season, which I think there's only 8 episodes. So a few weeks, but I think it'll be well worth it, honestly. Thank you for joining us, and I will catch you in the next one.